Hi everyone, Kate here, and in this video, I'll be discussing 10 different ways women historically use cold cream, specifically in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. I've tried to go beyond the more obvious basic uses and have found some really great suggestions, as well as some more creative uses. Cold cream was everywhere, especially during the Edwardian era. You do see its use continued on after that, but it really did peak in about the 1910s, before starting to fall out of favor by the 1930s in lieu of the more modern vanishing creams. As always, this video is meant more for historical insight rather than as actual modern advice, although I do use some of these techniques myself. With that in mind, if you would like to try out any of these ideas and need an appropriate cold cream to do so with, I have a variety of historical recipes on my channel. Also, if cold cream doesn't work well for you for whatever reason, most of these ideas will also work with a thick modern face cream of your choosing. I know cold cream's not to everyone's taste, but as you may have guessed, I'm a fan. Well, with that preamble out of the way, let's get to the list of 10 historical ways to use cold cream. The most obvious way to use a cold cream is simply as a moisturizer. Depending on the formula, it may be applied to the face, or it may be better suited for use on the body, hands, nails, feet, etc., especially the richer ones that include potential pore cloggers such as cocoa butter. When applying, keep in mind that cold cream does tend to be richer than modern face creams and lotions, and you really only need a small dab. If you glob on too much, it can be both unpleasantly oily and take ages to fully sink in. In addition to general moisturizing, cold cream can be used for face massage, which was a very popular skincare treatment in the early 20th century, meant to improve blood flow and reduce the signs of aging. Using cold cream as part of the massage allows the fingers to glide more smoothly over the skin, rather than tugging at the delicate tissues and potentially causing damage. I may have to do a full video on historical face massages in the future, as it really was quite an involved procedure, often taking at least 15 to 20 minutes to complete in full. Let me know down in the comments if that's something you might be interested in seeing in the future. Another popular treatment, still very much in use today, is a good old face steam. Health and Beauty Hints from 1910 specifically mentions applying cold cream before steaming the face, which is then wiped away halfway through the steam treatment. I suspect this might have helped to both moisturize and cleanse the face, although I don't want to go into too many more details right now, as I will be trying this full routine myself as part of an upcoming video. I'll save my full review till then. Speaking of cleansing, cold cream was often used as an alternative to the traditional soap and water. Given the harshness of using real soap on the face, I can see why many women would have preferred this gentler method. To wash the face with cold cream, it was simply massaged into the skin and then removed with a tissue or cloth, sometimes followed also by a rinse in warm water or an application of a product like witch hazel, which helps to cut the grease a bit. Have problems with rough elbows? The Women's Book from 1911 suggests rubbing the area with common salt before washing them with warm water and applying a good layer of cold cream. If you want to try this, I suggest using a fine-grained sea salt and not being too rough. Here's one I have tried in a previous video, and that is using cold cream in combination with a hot compress as a treatment for headaches and headache wrinkles. First, you apply a thick layer of cold cream, and then use a succession of washcloths, dampened with warm water, on the face, specifically on the forehead and around the eye area. The idea is that this both deeply moisturizes and relaxes the forehead muscles, preventing wrinkles and easing the pain. I don't know if it actually prevents wrinkles long term, but I do need to remember to try this next time I have a migraine, as it really is soothing and surprisingly effective. Cold cream can also serve as a base for making your own makeup. A good place to start is this Victorian rouge, which I previously shared in a 1-minute recipe video. It basically just involves stirring some pigment of your choice into a cold cream to form a lovely cream rouge. You can use the same trick to also make your own foundation by instead stirring in a foundation powder. I actually use this myself to make a full coverage foundation for filming purposes, but it is a lot heavier than most modern foundations. I like to call it my grease paint, as that's probably a more accurate description. It does look really great on camera though. Another makeup-related use, which I mentioned in my recent 1920s makeup video, is to apply a layer of cold cream just before putting on your face powder. You'll want to apply a thin layer of the product, let it sit for a moment or two, and then tissue off any excess. The residue left on the skin will help the powder to adhere and should minimize any patchiness. Sometimes it was recommended to apply this cold cream powder combination extra thickly before going outdoors, especially during the Edwardian period, as this was believed to help protect the skin from the harmful effects of sun and wind. Which, considering many powders from the time contained a significant amount of zinc oxide, which is still used in mineral sunscreens today, it probably did provide some sun protection, at least to a certain extent. In addition to helping makeup apply better, cold cream is also great for removing it. In fact, the Cream of Beauty from 1931 considered cold cream to be an essential requisite of the dressing table due to its ability to thoroughly remove powder from the skin. The procedure to use cold cream as a makeup remover is somewhat similar to using it as a cleanser. You just rub in a generous amount and then remove with a tissue or cloth. However, when using it as makeup remover, it is then generally recommended to also use a second regular cleanser on the skin to remove the leftover oil. This seems to have been popular sort of starting in about the 1930s, and is what nowadays is referred to as double cleansing. Okay, so this last one is a bit silly, and I can't swear to its effectiveness, but cold cream was often recommended to housekeepers for use during various cleaning duties. Health and Beauty Hints from 1910 suggests applying cold cream very thickly to the hands before dishwashing to protect them from the hot soapy water. Now, I would suggest also wearing rubber gloves on top if you're going to try this, as otherwise you're very likely to get grease everywhere. 1001 Household Hints, also from 1910, suggests putting a bit of cold cream in each nostril before sweeping, and then washing it away afterwards to remove any dust and germs. Okay, this one doesn't seem like a particularly good idea, and I'm not sure the safety of putting cold cream up your nose, but I have since seen a modern allergy product that worked much the same way as providing sort of a physical barrier to help catch the dust and pollen in that case, so perhaps there is some merit in it. However, I'm still not putting cold cream up my nose to test it out. I'll do a lot of things for a video, but that's not one of them. Well, that's the end of the list for today. Although given more time to research, I'm sure I could have found even more historical, creative cold cream uses. Let me know down in the comments your favorite way to use cold cream. Or if you hate it, you can say that too. I promise cold cream and I will not be offended. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! This video is made possible through the generous support of my Patreons. Thank you, and special thanks to my Bee's Knees Patreon, Stone Gassman.